There's ample evidence on April the 8th, 2009, that Canada in all its integrity is coming apart. The RCMP used to be an icon of Canadian nationalism. It's now about to embark on a process by which the RCMP will be unionized, and part of the accusations of the need for a union exists in a court document which I'm reading about right now that says, in the court documents, the association alleges that the RCMP are involved in intimidation, sexual harassment, racism, unwarranted misconduct investigations of members, and management corruption and abuse of authority. How far have the RCMP sunk from the days when they were viewed as the protectors of Canadian integrity and national identity? With the Jacansky event, if you could call it a murder perhaps, or a manslaughter or something in that nature, where a man is tasered 5 times while he's on the ground, to the events of Ian Bush in interior British Columbia, where he's shot in the back of the head shortly after he's arrested for having an open beer in a public place. These events have demonstrated that many people have grave questions about the RCMP. And by questioning them and the whole tradition of the RCMP, they're raising doubts about the identity of Canada. And for good reason. Because also on the same page, we have the RCMP are targeting funds that are raised by the Tamil Tigers. And in this newspaper story, they allege that paid activists use money, or pressure rather, to elicit money to organize for foreign activities, and in fact foreign military activities, very much like some of the Sikh community were raising money for Khalistan. Well, this has 2 facets to the identity of Canada. It's the RCMP, think about this, the RCMP investigating a private organization as to the sincerity with which people donate money from that group to that cause. This involves the RCMP in a sort of political police role, deciding who is sincere in giving money to this group of people to fund a foreign activity, maybe even a foreign war. This really scares those of us who believe that the RCMP should not be involved in supervising political activity. But that's what's happened in multicultural Canada. The Tamil Tigers or the Sikh nationalists or all the other many diverse ethnic groups that have organized and used Canada basically as a base of operations have demonstrated the failure of multiculturalism and the corruption of our institutions, like the RCMP, forcing them into the role of political police. And they'll also, of course, be involved in hate crimes elimination and the elimination of free speech, all in the name of social harmony, which is brought about and made necessary by multiculturalism. So we have 2 aspects to the RCMP, becoming a political police force and losing the history of integrity that they formerly had. They are connected. These 2 ideas, these 2 activities, bring about a disconnect from the fundamental role of the RCMP, which is to preserve the peace and to maintain order. They've extended themselves so far beyond those activities that they're now disqualified from the respect they used to enjoy. They get back to the traditional police role of preserving order and peace in society and leaving politics aside, staying neutral, staying out of politics. Then we would see the respect that they had and which they would then deserve. But the corruption of this icon of Canadian tradition is another demonstration why Canada has failed as an institution, as an idea, and why we must free the West to re-establish the fundamental values that made the RCMP truly great. They were, after all, the Northwest Mounted Police before they were the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.